Hi, eBay sellers. It's Suzanne A. Wells, and I have another free sample from my premium content library. This video is about selling consumables. It is part one and the introduction to a series of several videos about this topic. So let's begin. Welcome to my series on selling consumables, how to tap into repeat buyers and habitual eBay shoppers. So let's get started. First of all, consumables. These are things that get used up. That's all you need to remember about them. They're things like coffee, cosmetics, printer ink, Play-doh, pool chemicals, vitamins, dog toys. So let's lay the groundwork for understanding consumables. And once you understand this concept and that consumables are accessible to everyone, we'll go into more detail about exactly what to sell. So I have set up this series with separate videos about each type of item, like in different categories, so you can pick the ones you're interested in watching or watch them all. So, consumers are called consumers because they consume things. Consumables are the easiest kinds of things to sell because buyers come looking for them often and regularly. Some buyers come to eBay on a regular schedule or as their first stop online or even offline to replenish things they've run out of. So like you, for example, when you have to restock supplies for your eBay business, like labels, printer ink, mailers, you may go to eBay first to get them because you can get great deals, it's reliable, you have recourse if there's a problem, you want to support the community that you sell in, that kind of thing. So a lot of people come to eBay first when they are looking to restock something they have run out of. And so that's the mindset you need to adopt when you're outsourcing, just as another type of inventory to sell. I will say that the most successful sellers I know and I've worked with over the years are those that have a very diverse offering. Yes, you can sell collectibles and you may specialize in a certain thing that you know about, but you're in the thrift stores anyway. So if you're out there at garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, wherever you're going, you can also keep your mind open for other things you can pick up that could be quick and easy sellers because they get consumed by the consumer, by the buyer, and that person, those people are going to come back to eBay again and again and buy these kind of things. So you may not think about selling consumables, and a lot of sellers don't think about this because their thinking is flawed in a couple of ways. First of all, they think they have to have a steady supply or a quantity of something to make it worth their time. So they might be thinking like retail arbitrage, like, well, I've got to go to Big Lots and I've got to buy 25 of this kind of protein bar and put them on eBay to sell them over and over again. You don't have to do it that way. The second thing is that they have to sell the same thing over and over again to be selling a consumable. So like you have to have a connection, a wholesaler, some kind of a supplier where you have to sell the same thing over and over again, the same printer ink, the same kind of dog treat, whatever it is. And that's not really true either. You just need to think about consumables in general, that buyers are out there consuming things and they're going to come back to eBay to buy more of whatever it is. And you may only sell one bag of organic dog treats, but you're finding these things at, say, the grocery store on clearance, and you're providing something for someone who ran out of something. So that's the way you want to look at this. It doesn't have to be your business model 100% of, I'm going to sell coffee, or I'm going to sell printer ink, or I'm going to sell baby formula, whatever. You just want to be open to that concept of selling things that buyers consume, so that when you see them, you will understand the opportunity there. And just that's what this course is about, is just opening your mind to this, because there is so much opportunity with consumables. That's where you're going to get a lot of repeat business. And when I say repeat business, I don't necessarily mean the same buyer coming back to you every single time to get more of whatever this thing is. They're coming back to eBay in general. And as a pool of sellers, we're offering things to consumers that are getting used up. So you're one of many who may be offering this item, but that's the kind of buyer you're tapping into. You're not necessarily just selling things to somebody who needs a new pair of shoes. You're selling stuff to all kinds of people who need all kinds of different things. So if you look at big business, or corporate America is built on selling consumables. So we can do that too. There are consumables in just about every product category. You just have to start thinking about certain kinds of items as consumables. And that's what all the different levels or episodes of this series are going to be about, is enlightening you in a way that you can think about things as consumables that you might not have thought about before. So consumables can be a product or a service, but for eBay we have to focus on the product, because most of us are not selling a service. So if you think about your cable TV provider, they're selling you a service, or it's an intangible product, every single month. Your cell phone provider, every single month you're paying for a service or an intangible product that you use. So big business is built on repeat customers, restaurants, Walmart, Target, all these stores that sell things that get used up. So that's the mindset we need to adopt, in addition to whatever you're already doing. So I like this site, Investopedia. Their tagline is educating the world about finance. They say consumables are goods used by individuals and businesses that must be replaced regularly because they wear out or are used up. They can also be defined as the components of an end product that is used up or permanently altered in the process of manufacturing. And they go into some stuff that is not relevant to us. Chemicals. We're not selling chemicals or semiconductors, but the concept we're looking at here is that we want to look at things that are replaced regularly or get used up. So the key point here is that people will always need to purchase certain kinds of consumables regardless of the state of the economy. So generally speaking, from a global economic standpoint, those things are always going to be food, gas for vehicles, and clothing. So industries out there that sell these types of things have a pretty good economic stronghold because they're selling what's considered basic necessities. But people prioritize things differently. So if money is tight, one person may give up their gourmet coffee, but another person will never give it up. And that's one thing I look at or have looked at over the years of selling on eBay is coming up with recession-proof things to sell, because as money gets tight, people are going to look for cheaper ways to get what they want. It may not be what they need, it's what they want. I have a friend that loves to go to the movies and will go, 3 or 4 movies on a weekend and just loves to do that. Is never going to give that up. And he will reduce his grocery budget and eat less so that he can still go to the movies. So it's all about choices. And so when you're selling things on eBay, number one, you want to look at what are people still going to buy when their money is tight in general? So, they're going to buy more clothing on eBay because it's cheaper. They're going to buy used clothing or used shoes because it's cheaper. They may not have any other options. But then the other side of the coin is they may have certain frills or luxuries that they absolutely will not give up. And those are the kind of things that they're going to buy on eBay because, yes, it's a little cheaper than buying at the full retail price. But we don't want to make assumptions that just because times are tight, everyone's going to give up X, because it doesn't happen that way. It's all about individual choices. So one person may give up eating out in restaurants to be able to afford the hair color she wants, things like that. So you see kind of both sides of spending habits when there's a recession or lower spending over the different times of the year. Some is for basic necessities, some is for frills or luxury items, just depending on the person. So the way we spend disposable income is all about personal choices, and that's what I want to get across to you here, is that you've got to get out of your own head about what you think other people will or will not buy. I've told this story before, but I was dating a guy that just didn't really get eBay, so that's one reason it didn't last. But he would say, yeah, no one's going to buy that. No one's going to buy that in the summer. No one's going to buy that in the winter. Who's going to want that? And I said, somebody will. And how do I know this? Because the eBay completed sold listings show that people are buying this right now, like yesterday. Sales are happening for this item currently, so someone somewhere is going to want to buy this. So that's a really hard thing for a lot of people to get out of their own head, and I'm going to show you that in these videos about what things can sell for that you just don't realize because you wouldn't do it. And so you've got to realize that you are not your customer. Look up everything on eBay, look at what people are actually paying for things, and it's okay if you don't believe it. It's okay if it doesn't seem right to you. It's okay if it seems crazy. If they're doing it and they're spending the money for it and you're standing there with it in your hand at a thrift store, then go for it. That's the important part. So I use this example of hair color because I have seen this in the past, and we'll get into that in the health and beauty part of this. But just because you wouldn't spend $50 on hair color doesn't mean no one will. And hair color is one of those health and beauty items that is constantly discontinued. They constantly change the packaging or change the name of the color or whatever, and women tend to freak out when they cannot get their hair color anymore. I don't really get it, because just pick another color, what's the big deal? But I've seen this many times over the years, and I'll show you the proof in that segment coming up, that when these things, either it's a packaging change or they're discontinued, or you can just get them on clearance, women will buy cosmetics and hair color because they don't want to switch. So get out of your own head on this, because there's a lot of opportunity in consumables, and I just want to push you into that, push you out of your comfort zone and into something that is very accessible and very profitable if you can think this way. I mentioned discontinued items. I'm going to cover that in a different series because that's a little different than just consumables in general. So that will also be coming up, and I do appreciate your patience while I get these videos made. My brain is just exploding with information. Maybe it's because I'm drinking bulletproof coffee now and it's just like my mind is just turned on. I have so many things planned to do, but I want to make sure that these videos are done in a very high quality way, and that they are specific and that I don't leave anything out, because I know this can help you all make more money, and that's what this is all about. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel and watching. I would love your comments below. And as always, have a profitable and productive day on eBay. See you next time. Bye.